that is definitely a plus. I am feeling rough, and that is how it is. I'm going to fix this a little better. So you are in Mama Chat, a Mama Chat that hasn't happened in a very long time at all. So I want to say hi if you're new to me. I am a longtime homeschooling mom that's making transitions and um, coming back, just kind of coming back and figuring out what's the best way. So, and I would do Mama Chats. So all of my old people will be coming. And if you're new, I'm a mom of 6. We just did a hurricane. We have been through life's struggles, and I am dealing with so many things. And I was having some really good time. I was having things were really working out, and I feel like I've fallen off the wagon, like my health and everything else. So, what am I talking about today? I'm going to talk about my kids, homeschooling. I should make a list. I'm really ADHD, so if you want to have a good concept of dealing with ADHD, today's your day. I'm going to put it in a planner. That sounds smart because I'm just all over the place. So today we are going to talk about, what did I say we're going to talk about? Today we're going to talk about, of course, the hurricane. We're going to talk about the hurricane today, and then we're going to talk about, I didn't even spell that right because that's how it is. We're just going to talk about general, just midlife health. We're going to chat a little bit about midlife health and the struggles I'm going through. We're going to talk about some homeschooling. I'm actually going to I just cannot help myself. We're going to talk about planners. I'm probably going to start off with planners because I have found some really cool ones that are just a little bit like, wow, that's amazing. Planners. So I'm a little all over the place. I'm going to give you a catch up. I'd like to say, I swear I'm going to follow up with videos. It just hasn't been going well for me on that method. I know maybe I'm doing a lot of new stuff in November. My November 30 days of, and maybe one of those could be a video a day. You never know. You never know. You never know what kind of crazy things I can pull out. Okay, so just so Trish, homeschool mom, feeling really rough. Life has kicked me a bit down. Trying to make the best of it, like it or not, the stress wears on you. And we went through Hurricane Ian in October, and it literally, we are so blessed. We're good. We are good. The hurricane came and stalled out literally 5 minutes from the house, and we never got a break from the eye. Like my parents that are 10 minutes from me got the eye sat on them for an hour or two, and they were like, oh, it was nice, and then it came back again. We didn't have that. Like we were literally like, okay, in about 30 minutes the eye's gonna get here, and we're gonna be able to just take a break from just the house being beat down, miserable. And it didn't happen. Like literally the eye just stopped, and we're like, you've got to be kidding me. And so we're just dealing with that. And this little house that y'all were in the journey with in the past on building just took this like it was a warship. That is like the best way I could describe it. This house rode out that storm like a warship. We had 8 to 12 hours. I don't even know anymore. It's so exhausting. Maybe 8 or 9 hours, 10 hours, let's say 10 hours of just the storm beating on this house. And I swear we had 3-4 hours of it, probably 120 mile an hour beating on this house. The house did great. The house did amazing. We had shutters up. We had just a little crack that we could see from. And the house did a really great job. I was so like, it was just one of those moments of, y'all were with me through it, you know, the struggle, through the struggle of building this house, through the struggle of living in a tiny house that was the result of the other house flooding. through those struggles, I don't think I appreciated this house as much as I wish I was appreciating this house. Um, and in that storm and the house being beat down on, oh my goodness, I could not help but appreciate like the work that my husband and my children did. I like you really felt the value. And of all the places I could be, I was so happy to be here through the storm. So we did not end up with a ton of damage. We ended up with we lost our goat barn for the goats that my daughter had for the goats. On one side of the goat barn was an older camper that I had that I was supposed to sell. Whoops. Um, it got wrapped up in the barn and took out like one stall of the steer barn, the steer pens. So the steer pen's easily fixed. All we got to do is take down the boards and put new boards up. That's good. We had, remember years past, we had the sheds that we had brought in, the construction trailers. That was one, my husband's construction trailer had the roof ripped off, the siding ripped off and stuff, and didn't realize from when the house had flooded, there were pictures, like from my childhood when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And some of those got ruined, which was sad. I didn't realize like my china was in there, but it didn't get ruined. But that was where my china was, because that's the one part. Like when you're living so small for so long, you kind of put things away for when the time comes, and you're not living with those things, and then they get put somewhere, and you don't even realize. Like I'm gonna be honest, it has been so long of just somewhat surviving that I forgot I even owned these things. And I was just so excited when I seen them, but then kind of heartbroken too at the same time. We are dealing with erosion issues. Our house is on a creek, near a creek, and we lost the creek bank. So we didn't get flooded, but we have an issue that the concrete floor, the concrete, it's the only part that's on the ground. The concrete slab could fall. Like we're doing stuff to prevent it, but we're waiting for people, and it's looking like $100,000. Our insurance said it's flooding, which it's not. It's erosion, but I don't know. We're waiting to get that fixed, and we're trying to hold it together until then. So if that fails, it could take the porch roof off, and when it takes the porch roof off, it could actually then damage our house. So we're just kind of waiting. We lost a couple goats that were registered. That's been a real toll. That's been pretty rough. I lost school materials. I bought the stuff I was going to use this year. Because I haven't even given you an update what we decided to do. So that happened, and a window got pulled out in my schoolhouse, and all the books and the curriculum that were sitting near there got soaking wet, and I just had to throw them away. It was kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. It was killing. It was a killer, but it was nice. There was something about it that was very pleasant about getting rid of it. But it blew out a window, and then blew out another window I didn't even realize was blown out because I had like foam board to insulate. And that, let's see if I can do this better. That was blown out, but I can't believe it didn't lift the roof up. I would have thought it would have lifted the roof up. So sorry to hear about the damage. Glad you and your family are safe. Yeah, we're safe. We're safe. We just put the little things there. That was it. I think that was it. Like a lot of trees, a lot of like garbage to pick up, but that was it. That's all we got. My brand new camper that I bought after teaching was fine. We have a friend living in there, which actually ends up being so helpful to us, having him around. We have that going on. I think that's it. That's all that happened. But it's been rough. We went like Like the internet just stabilized in the last few days. Friday, we finally have like stable internet. We went a week without electricity. The phones always work though. I was pretty darn impressed. And I have Cricket, the no contract Cricket. They work just fine the entire time. Then we had, what else did we have? We went without power for a week. Phones were out 2 weeks. The school, literally, some of the schools, like they were out 3 weeks, 4 weeks in our area. They're all finally back in. So that leads me to, did I homeschool this year? Yeah. Did I send my kids to school? Yeah. Did I private school? Yes. I did all those things this year. How we started off was my two oldest, they homeschooled, but one did homeschooling or through the virtual school, the Florida Virtual School. It's called FLVS, Florida Virtual School. If you want something equivalent to that, I heard Connections Academy is close. That you can, it's a private school that you can get everywhere. But with Florida Virtual, it's free, and we can sign up and take classes. I wish I had my glasses on because I'm really struggling. I feel like I'm doing this. What am I looking at? It's free, and you can take the classes you want. So one of them did virtual school and one class at the high school. And that was actually my oldest daughter who has the health issues. This is her senior year. Like, that's a whole conversation we're going to have another day. Because I told you that was going to be rough on me. It's not as rough as I thought it was going to be years ago when I was like, when she becomes a senior, I'm going to be such a mess. It's not. But I don't know if it's just because we're struggling for her to thrive. We've talked about the health issues before. For those that don't know, we had mold, and it really impacted her health really badly, to the point she has tachycardia with dysautonomic function. We deal with the immunology department of Nova is who we go to, and we're finally making a way. She had to quit playing golf. She was playing varsity golf. Everything stopped, and for a while it was to the point of like, I think we're gonna have to put her on disability as an adult because she's not going to make it for classes. She's not going to make it for jobs, just the inconsistencies. It was just that bad. It's getting better. So she decided to take a class at the high school just to be around people because she was getting a bit, just not being social enough and needing that interaction. My other one, he did Florida Virtual, the virtual classes, and he's taking dual enrollment classes. My third child went to high school, went to public school, was like, there you go, went to public school, and has been doing great. My bottom three, we had a private school open up 5 minutes from the house. And with my bottom two needing speech therapy, they were able to get a state scholarship, and then because they have it, my next one was able to get a scholarship to go. And so they go to a school at our church. So that works out. That has been actually amazing. They're using a Becca. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm really thrilled. I can't even begin to tell you how thrilled I am. Because it's almost like being homeschooled. I do feel it's like 100 kids, K through 12th grade. And it's like they're being homeschooled. It has that kind of feel for me. And it makes my life easier. Since the hurricane, the one that was in the high school came back home. She just was not dealing with it, and she's 100% right now doing the virtual school, and then she's applying to dual enroll for next semester as a 9th grader. So this year I have the 12th, the 11th, the 9th, the 7th, the 3rd, and the 2nd grader. That's where I'm at now. I really feel I am the utmost burnt out homeschool mom. And anymore, I literally just manage their load for them. And I'm going to give you an example of that, hopefully. I have found the coolest homeschool planner that's not a homeschool planner. Let me see. Let me put a couple post-it notes in here because, there's some things that are not needed for everybody. We can share, but not for everybody. I feel more like a manager and a tutor versus the homeschool teacher. And where I'm at in life, that is what I need. I am working a little bit. I'm not teaching. I really miss the kids, though. I don't miss having to be there at all. Is classical conversations harder than public, or are they the same level? They're different. Classical conversations, there's no regulation, if that makes sense, on what, essentially, here's your guide. And what your kids do with that is what your kids do with that. End of story. Where public school, you're dealing with behavior issues, but I've dealt with behavior issues at classical conversations too. But you're dealing with kids that may or may not want to be there. And what I had a hard time was there's things that need to get done at the public school, which is like classical conversations, they're doing, here's the levels you go at. But depending on the people in the classroom, you may or may not get to that. So your child may not get the education or the learning or the lessons that are needed. And then they're being held to the standard that they should know them, and they're getting a grade for that as they move on. In classical conversations, they have a reward system for mastering things, but it's not, those tutors are not giving your kid a grade. That's on you. So how deep they get it is still upon you to do that. I have found I did not want to send my kids back to private school, and I bought all the curriculum, or back to homeschool, and I bought all the curriculum to do that, and I had a plan, and then the private school opened up, and it was like not even a sure thing until August 1st. It was when it became a sure thing, or sometime July, that they were going to be able to open up. But my problem was, especially after being in the school system, and I don't know if it's every area, my area is special, I have no idea. But the culture of laziness was too strong. There was not enough go-getters want to achieve, not even high achievers, just maintain some. There was too many that could care less. And in my classroom, I seen where that population of care less was so great that there was only like 2 or 3 that wanted to achieve, and one of them completely succumbed. He was like the highest ranked, and everything just dropped. He just quit trying. He was not surrounded. If you need to run a half marathon or 5K, running's hard. If you need to run a 5K, it's really hard when nobody wants to run either. And so you really feel like you're going against everything you have. But if you're surrounded by people that run 5Ks and half marathons and marathons, running a 5K seems easy because it's something so small that everybody does. So see how, like, running a 5K, if nobody runs, you feel like you are overachieving, and it's so hard. Mentally, it's just hard. But when everybody runs at this level or higher, this seems very doable. And I realized, like, my kids in the system are living this method, not this method. So my goal was either to pull them out so they don't know what is hard and what is the range, or put them somewhere that everybody's either running here or above. And so that was my goal, and that's why I decided to put them in the private school. I just am kind of running into, I am tired. I am just exhausted. Trish, I'm literally just started watching you this year. I'm new to homeschooling this year also, and your encouragement. You are very down to earth and provide great. Thank you. So I'm not going to lie. I feel like I have pushed through times when I probably should not have pushed through. And because of that, the long haul, I thought I was homeschooling them to college. I thought I had it. I was so interested. I was so excited. I'm just tired. I am so tired. Like, taking care of my own self is hard. Um, and I really have got to take care of me. And I don't have it. And I know that, like, I've told my kids, I go, you got 3 options for high school education. You either take it virtual, either take it at the high school, or you dual enroll. Those are your only course options. I am not teaching. I'm not going to be the one in charge. I am not taking you to a co-op. I can't find a co-op. I'd take them to a co-op. I cannot find a co-op. But these are the only options that we're doing. I don't have it in me. I just do not have it in me. I mean, I literally, this is what I do. I like check and I keep track of everything. So that's what has ended up happening. So what I want to share with you, because I told you I probably will do a video further on this, is I found this planner. I made a copy. I used it for some days. Like, I don't even know. I think I threw it away. I used it with the kids, and I've been through every planner. If you've been with me, there are planner stories and planner stories and planner stories and planner stories and planner stories in every which way. And this is what I found. So now I've added some stickers. So this is what it looks like on the front. You notice I have a lot of them. I'm so impressed. Okay. This is what it looks like at the front. The big deal is, this is the Dollar General for $5. The Dollar General, no joke. $5. $5. I haven't written in this one yet. All it looks like is this. This is undated. I don't know if you can see. It just has the date. It has like a focus, weekly focus, whatever, I don't know. To do, notes. There's a habit tracker at the bottom. And then this is also undated. And it has a box for each day. That's all that's to it. That is the entire book. It's just these pages. And then in the back, there's dates to remember. So that's all that it is. So what makes this so amazing? I seen it and I was just like, you know, this is what I was doing too. I was copied them and used them for a while, and then I realized, oh, it'd be really nice to actually be able to keep track of like, what have we got done? How long has that been on the like spool to get done? I bought it because I was like, oh, that's an easy way to, like, a to-do list, you know, do a to-do list. So what I've done for my kids, I'll use this one. What I do is I write like what they need to do. So this is ag class that is taken on FLVS. This is what needs to get done this week. We have been procrastinating on the lab and the exam. So those need to get done. And then she needs to do the quizzes for ag class. Calc is, she has an exam again that we've been dragging feet on. And then we need to work through these 4 lessons. Then what I do on the back, I'm going to show you my other one, is I write like anything they have to do. So this is what's due. Here's some Zooms that are happening on online. He's missing it. Hold on a second. Be right back. Wait, you've got to get up and get on your chemistry Zoom right now. It's at 10 o'clock. That helps me too. I had to just go tell them, I'm like, you need to be on a chem exam or chem Zoom. So I just write down when there's Zooms or when there's classes that need to be done. And at first I was like writing down like, on this day you should have this task done, but I really need them to take over that ownership. So here's my son's. You know, I put like he needs a schedule for the PERT, what he needs to get done for the week. And it works out really nice. It's not very, bless his heart, it's not masculine at all. I kind of wish they were blank because it's just an amazing, and then I can just hand them and I can track. I love this. I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it is. He has a regular planner. It's really hard to keep up with. One of the things I do in organizing, and I could do a whole video on this, is like I print out the month, and what I have in blue highlight is actually all the scheduled Zooms for the month for the class. And then that allows me to kind of track, and then I put in here. And then what I've also done is a pacing guide. So like one color is one kid, the other color is another. We're very behind, you know, we're here and we've only accomplished here, but that's fine. That's fine. It'll be fine. So it lets me know, like, are we on goal? How many should I be scheduling out? The goal is to get through the first segment. So segments like a semester to get through. So my Mondays literally take a lot. I do this on Monday. Every Monday. I check in the beginning of the month and I rewrite, like, what is it that you have, you know, because they'll print out, like, I just try to put it all in one space so I can kind of keep track, and I fill their thing out. We just had a week off, ordered my son's second grade Bible and science stuff yesterday. We are pacing too. So this is using FLVS pacing, but paces are good too. So I've been so impressed with this, just so impressed. I spent $20, which is cheap compared for a planner, but I used mine for a couple weeks. And I like it because if I take a week off, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I never thought I would like something like this, and it's worked out so stinking good. I did photocopy it to see how I'd like it with the kids. I cannot, for homeschool moms that are working for independence, this would be great. I don't know, get some stickers, make it cool. I don't know about that part. I mean, it would have been so nice if it was just literally black and not this cover. But the Dollar General has some really cool planner stuff. But I would totally suggest looking at this at the Dollar General. Let me show you something else I found. So, listen, I'm all over the board with planners. I like the Hobonichis. This is a Hobonichi for the year. I like it. I don't do well sticking with things. I just kind of, my ADHD likes to go all over the place. Sometimes I like to write like this, and then sometimes I want more, because I know I have, like, sometimes, I mean, I even have this one. I really like this cover. I have a Filofax that I bought online that I use too. I just can't find what I like. What homeschooling curriculum are you using? I missed it. I'm using the state virtual school. I have given my kids the option of high school homeschool or middle school homeschool is virtual, the Florida virtual school, which is free for us to use. It's like public education. And we do it as a flex. We don't do it as that is our school. We do it as a flex. So we can just go and grab classes as we want them. They do that, or they have to take a class at the high school or a dual enrollment class. That's all I'm offering. I am not using anything. I'm not buying anything else. Fingers crossed. I found this at Walmart on clearance, and you know, it's Ray Drum, so I love it. But it's scheduled from, has a little pocket, it has a beautiful pen. A beautiful ballpoint pen, by the way. And what I did, let's see, I gotta make sure I don't have any information. I've been enjoying my kids so much lately, though. I think it helps that I'm not on the struggle bus of fighting them with energy I don't have, you know. We're eclectic this year, mostly master books. Listen, I bought it. My problem is my kids need external accountability, not me. So I bought Apologia Chemistry. I bought Abeka Consumer Math. I really like Abeka Consumer Math. Phenomenal, phenomenal, super easy, no problem. I bought The Good and the Beautiful High School English. I bought Crash Course Notes off of Teacher Pay Teachers for Economics and Government and Biology. And then I bought Master Books, Economics and Government. I bought all that stuff. Like, some of it got destroyed by the hurricane, but I bought all that stuff. And in the end, it doesn't matter what I give them. They need, like, somebody who's not me to say, is this done? Is this done? Is this done? Somebody not me. So FLVS does the trick. Okay. It goes April. Maybe I'm getting cheaper. Time for us to get started on the lesson. Have a great day. See you later. You can come back and watch. I'm only got like 20 minutes left and I gotta go do stuff. I bought one of these planners, and because I hate it when I get these planners. I don't want to start in the middle. So all I did was I renumbered them. I just redated it. It's a nice little check off list. I like it. I don't know how I'm going to use it. It sounds crazy. All right. Those are the planners I want to talk to you about. All right. My health has gone downhill. I did so good. Like, and you've seen it. I was doing 20,000 steps. And let me tell you, I felt amazing. And not that I lost a lot of weight. Trust me, I'm looking at myself here going, what happened here, girl? And then hurricane came. So what happened was we went on my trip. My trip was amazing. I showed you videos. We went and did Asheville. We're in Florida too. This is good to know that that's an option is available. I like FLVS at the middle school and high school. The elementary feels like too much work on me. If I'm going to do that much work, I'm going to do my own thing. So I was doing 20,000 steps. My husband is very active. You have to understand, I'm very slow, low energy. My husband's very high energy. So we had the most amazing time. In fact, like, now my happy place is my memories of when we did our trip in August. That's the first trip we've been on since having kids. And it was our best trip. We just hiked everywhere. And I was so impressed because I know the 20,000 steps is the reason I was able to keep up. But after like the third day of hiking, 4 o'clock came and I was like, I am done. I have to take a break. I have to pause because I cannot. And he was just like, you gotta be kidding me. And I was like, whoa. And then we had to have like our own little like marriage counseling session of like, whoa, 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 let's be nice. And I came back and then I had to get the kids ready to start school. I just didn't get the rest I needed, and I need rest. I stopped walking completely and I started binge eating. So what really had happened was I had done so much to the point I put my body in complete stress mode, and when my body's in stress mode, I eat. I eat too much. I eat the sugar, and I have those issues. And I've stopped walking. I've noticed the difference immensely. I've put on like 10 pounds since the hurricane. A little bit before. And then the hurricane came, and the stress of that, I just kind of froze, and I just can't stop. And I just can feel like I feel like I'm on two spectrums of who I was the 1st of August versus who I am the 1st of November. And I'm just so, I look at the scale and it puts me right back to June, to where I lost the weight. And I'm like, something has to change. My husband's like, it's not going to change if you don't quit eating them donuts. And he's not getting on to me. He's not, we have our jokes and stuff. In no way is he being mean or hurtful, but he's right. And then it's also like mentally and emotionally hard for a few months straight, taking my daughter to the doctor's appointments and feeling like we're getting nowhere and feeling hopeless and just crying. And then she's just angry. And I don't blame her for being angry at all. And I get it. And it's just like, oh my goodness. So I just, at the point, I realized like a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I got to do something. And I got to go back. And I'm not having a lot of motivation. And I need something so when I lose motivation, I'm still motivated. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing is joining a gym. I have like treadmills here and I can do it without it. But what I need is I need to build a safety net for myself, accountability that's not me or my husband, of friends, of people, so that when I start to fall, there's an accountability. It's not Weight Watchers. Love them, but no. It's I want that working out. And the other part too is everything I'm reading and I'm watching has to do with I really need to build the core strength and everything else. I am so bloated. My back hurts. My stomach's extended. I am fighting the GERD wanting to come because I'm having coffee every morning, which I shouldn't have. I'm just fighting all of that. Yesterday was Halloween, and my thinking is we'll just start November 1st. What's the plan? I don't even know what the plan is. I don't have a plan. I'm just winging it. I'm not really. I know what works, and I know I have to just move. I have to start with moving. So my goal is not 20,000 steps, but maybe 15,000 steps. 10,000 steps is easy if I want to do it. Like there's no effort in it, and it needs to be a little bit of effort. But my goal is somewhere between 10,000 and 15,000 steps to get back. I was starting to run, and now I'm like, I don't even want to walk. Like the first walk is the worst. It's the first week of walking is the worst, and then it gets better, and I know that. And it helps looking at pictures like, oh my goodness, I was so happy. Oh my stomach and my and so um I definitely am addicted to sugar again in a way that is just plain out wicked. It's just wicked. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Um, I'm dealing with just so much, and I'm so sad with myself. I'm so stressed. Um, Dealing with the medical issues for my child has been just overwhelming. It's the time of year to do college apps, and I thought my heart would be broken. Right? You'll be one of my cheerleaders. Thank you. Um, my heart was, I thought I'd be heartbroken because I'm going to be sending my first kid off to college, and the departure issues and what has sunk in and has really messed with my mental health is the loss of her. I still look good all here. All here. Yes, thank you. With all of her issues, it's like the loss of her potential. And if I thought when she was healthy and the idea of her going out was going to crush me, what is more crushing than that is dealing day in and day out that your child has just lost their potential. And there's a question of, do we even apply for college? Because I will tell you, in August and September, the idea of applying for college was so that she could have an acceptance letter, but she wasn't going to be able to be healthy enough to go. In the last few weeks, that has all changed. Like the immunology department has figured out with her stomach. It's a whole nother video. idea that I will share with you. But, and it has changed things. So now we're trying to get out college apps. And we're trying to figure out methods because she can't go back to school because the school has mold or they're off gassing. There's not enough air exchange. And it's sending her into dysautonomic episodes because she has no heat tolerance. So, trying to figure out what to do. Like, that wears on me. And to the point, like, I'm just done. I just come home and I just cry. And it's just overwhelming. And what do you do when that happens? You put yourself at last. You just stop doing things for yourself. And you have to deal with toxic family members. And sometimes, and I hate to be, I'm learning to put boundaries down. Like, for my mental health and emotional health, my gate is closed to you. No, thank you. Please do not come uninvited. Do not come unexpected. My gate is closed because you can't come in and just stir up living hell for me and leave. And you may not feel like you're stirring up living hell. You just feel like, you're visiting. And unfortunately, there's enough trauma and drama that it's not that for me. And that's been kind of hard too. So you're dealing with all this stuff, and I hate it because it's just so easy to quit on yourself. And I've quit on myself. And it's like not even that far away. It hasn't been that long since you haven't. When you had it, like when you were on the path to achieving it. And I don't want that. I don't want that. Turning 45 this year. So how many months do I have? 1, 2, 3 months and 23 days. I'm going to turn 45. Let's make a challenge. That's not a bad idea. So I have 3 months and 22 days to 45. I should do like a final countdown. Yeah. And so today's day 1. And I had decided yesterday, today's day 1. So for the month of November, this is what I was thinking of. And I told my kids, and my kids laughed at me. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm going to try. No extra sugar. I'm not going to say that means no aspartame. Listen, it's baby steps. I am not Joan of Arc here of taking care of myself. I do not have it in me. It has to be easy. So I'm going, my first goal, well, the things I'm going to do starting day 1. Track my food. I have not wanted to track my food yet. It's like 10:30. My stomach's growling because I don't know what I want to eat and I don't know what I should eat. And I like literally wake up and I want to start putting food in my mouth and I don't stop until I go to bed. I'm literally just shoving food. And I know I'm not hungry. I'm doing it for like an endorphin click and my ADHD. I'm doing it to have a sense of satisfaction. I'm doing it for serotonin only. Not because my body nutritionally needs it. And so I'm like, okay, number 1, I'm going to track everything I eat. Good, bad, and the ugly. I'm like, let me grab my phone, but I can't because we're on it. I use the Healthy Eye, which used to be Eye Track Bites. I do Old School Weight Watchers. I did hear they're coming out with a new program. I almost want to join it. I just cannot bring myself to join it. It's like for 5 months, $10 a piece. Thanks. I kind of want to do it. Just to see what it is. Just make it new to my brain because my ADHD brain likes new things. So just to make it new, I kind of want to do it. But I don't know. I haven't committed myself to that yet. So that's number 1. I'm going to write these down. Number 1, track food. Number 2, nutritionally, cut out extra sugar. Cut out sugar. So I'm going to eat fruit. That's fine. I'm going to eat fruit. But am I going to eat a cookie? No. Am I going to eat cake? No. Is this going to be horrible during Thanksgiving? Yes, but it will be fine because I will be 45 in a few months. But I'm gonna have to put a big picture up on my wall. I'm gonna have to put like a thing that I see that's like 45 in 3 months and 22 days. Girl, get your act together. Yeah, get your act together. So I'm gonna cut out the sugar. So a lot of processed food. I mean, just the junk. I mean, I think I'm at this point. I'm like sugar, you know, like a crack addict, unfortunately. And I'm going to walk. Number 3. I'm going to walk 10 to 15,000 steps a day. Not 20, but 10 to 15 is my goal. You know, trying for 10, 15, but if I land above 10, I'm still fine. If that makes sense. So really trying to hit the 15,000 step mark every day, but willing to land at 10,000 and say I still made the goal. At least 10,000, but preferably 15. Because me, if I'm not making those goals constantly, I get really, really miserable. Really miserable. So that's where I'm at. That is kind of what I plan to do. I might, maybe, when I'm on here, I'm like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. But I want to be realistic. I really think I'm going to try and do a video every day for November. Vlogvember. I don't think it's a thing. But just to revive my connection with YouTubing. Because I've totally just, part of that I've just set away and I've put it down. And I just haven't had the ability to pick it up and keep holding it. And I know I get so much from you. And you get stuff from me. I probably may just do live videos for the entire month to figure out what to do and how to get going. And you can see at the beginning of the video, it was hard for me to get going. And then here I am making, you know, magic happen. So that's kind of what I'm doing. My brain's really stuck right now on the whole, I have 3 months and 22 days to 45. And so like my brain is going, girl, what are you going to do about that? Seriously. Like, there's 2 parts of me. There's the part of me that's been sitting here snorting sugar like a donut addict, and it's baked goods. It's not even candy. It's baked goods. So I'm like full calorie benefit. Going, oh, I should do something about that. Then there's this other side, like my side that was in August. That personality is like, girl, get on this. Do not waste the time. Every birthday you go in feeling sluggish is harder to pull back out. Is this how you want to live your, you know, and I think it's a blessing too. Like, I live in a community with a lot of older people, and you see the difference. Like, Miss K is like what every woman should want to be like. She doesn't do anything crazy. She does just a basic walk. She's very carefully, and she is so limber. She has so much strength. She is so mobile. That's what I want to be. I'm not eating like I want to be that. I'm eating like I want to be somebody who's like near death at 60. So, I mean, like, how do I want to age? Gracefully or not? I mean, I got young kids. My youngest one is 7. 11 years. I'm going to be 56. My mom at my age was planning a wedding. I didn't give her any grandkids until I was like 24, 26, no, 26, 28, 30. So 26. I didn't have any kids until I was 26. But she was graduating kids. I was done. She was 38. She was done. I was 38. I had a 1-year-old. Big difference. I had a 1-year-old at 38. She was done. But, you know, it's just that aspect of like, I want to be young and physically youthful and doable. And I'm not going to do that eating. Oh, I got 3 months and 22 days to 45. I'm going to think about that today, and I'm going to get back with you tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. Probably, well, I want to say 8 o'clock. I think I have an orthodontist appointment at 8:30. So I'm probably going to talk to y'all during the orthodontist appointment, and I'm going to sit in the car, and we'll meet there. So 8:30-ish Eastern time. I will see you then. So until then, I will talk to you later. One day at a time. Track my food. Walk 10 to 15,000 steps. And don't eat sugar. I can do it. I got 3 months and 22 days to 45. All right, loves. I will see you later. Thanks for being on here with me. Talk to you then. Let me know if there's anything that you want to get caught up on. Just leave it in the comments. Until then, love you. Toodles.